All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Vigor Warriors 2 and the 1% Club. Please go ahead and donate. And I keep forgetting to say this in most of the videos, but donates. We appreciate your donations, subscriptions, all kinds of things. I think the first year, one of my goals is to try to kind of focus on doing this in a more, technology, in a more professional type of way. I'm just trying to, at this point, get the message out, and I think that's going to be one of my goals for the next year, is to kind of focus on doing this in more an elaborate way so you guys can see this in different ways, and certainly, picture-wise, try to do this more on a webcam type of thing if I can. All right, so this one we're going to focus on is going to be the superpower of retention, of semen retention. So what do we mean by this? Well, mean by this is that basically you have this energy inside of you. Now, as I talked about in the last one with the goals and things we want to do next year, you don't really want to waste this energy. Now, a lot of people don't realize they have it, and so we see people all the time, and we focus on the people who are high achievers in history of mankind, and we've seen people like Napoleon and Tupac, and I'm going to do a variety of people as we go along. But the thing is, you see those people and you realize that they use their energy very strongly. Now, there's millions of people that don't use their energy because they'll sit at home and continue, not using energy in a way. And so this is why sometimes people get disheartened, because they may go on a streak for a while, but they're not actually achieving anything. Well, you can't, the retention alone is not going to be a miracle that's going to help you, but it will motivate you to do other things. And this is why it's important to focus on other things that can balance with that superpower. The superpower only works well if you're doing other things. And so what you want to do is add things to it, because that's going to make it stronger for you to be able to motivate. So what do I mean by that? Well, I think there's lots of things you can do to kind of use your power. We talked about that with exercise, right? You want to be disciplined to be able to have a pattern of things. But what retention is going to do is going to keep your muscle. It's going to build more muscle, no matter what age you are. It's going to focus on you trying to kind of get to a higher level, spiritually, mentally, and physically. And all those things but need work. So let's take all three of these. So discipline is a key thing. So when it comes physically, you want to go ahead and have an aggressive type nature. Add to your muscle, right? Weight lift, work out, do the things you got to do, and you'll find that you're going to gain a lot more muscle that way, okay? Food-wise, nutrition, make sure you eat the right types of food. I try to stay away from carbs as much as I can, okay? And sugar, because those two things kind of hurt me a great deal. But you want to focus on things that are going to help you nutritionally, so you have best benefit. The retention, this energy you have, is going to only help you as you help yourself, okay? And that's the old saying, God helps those who help themselves as well. So if you're able to add to it, get the right kind of foods, not killing yourself with booze and drugs and all these type of things, you're going to see more of a benefit from the superpower. If not, it's not going to be as strong as you would hope. The thing is also taking care of yourself, taking care of your skin, taking care of the things around you. So from a physical standpoint, all those things are important to be able to say, okay, I'm going to use these powers in a way to build strength. As I say, I take a lot of cold showers. I believe that a cold shower has your all your energy and things rush to the system, obviously, because it's shock. And so it's going to develop more, and you're able to kind of wake up more. And it almost rejuvenates you in the morning. I know it's hard to say that if you're below zero weather taking a cold shower. That is cold. There's no doubt about that. But it does help you. And I've seen that benefit all the time. But all these things happen because you're in that retention mode, and you're trying to benefit using this power. So from a physical standpoint, that's important. From a spiritual standpoint, you have to pray to your God. You have to pray. In my case, pray to Jesus. You have to pray to be able to benefit it. You got to focus on those things you're wanting. Pray and meditate and do those type of things to get the spiritual effect, and the retention will help you become stronger and deeper. Now I also fast. I'm in a fasting right now until 12 o'clock, trying to get the benefit of being able to not get food in my thinking, and kind of be able to focus on things and not have the digestion issues because of all the food in my body. This is what I think happens to a lot of people. They overeat and they're not able to really think and concentrate. A lot of times they're falling asleep because they're eating too much. And I've had that happen a lot of times. Bloating to me is really a matter of just having, in my case, too many carbs. And if I can avoid that, it's hard during the Christmas season here because we have a lot of things going on and people are celebrating. But you have to kind of be careful of that because it's just going to kind of hurt you more in the long run. So the key, guys, is that realize you have a superpower. But from a spiritual standpoint, emotional standpoint, and intellectual standpoint, and a spiritual standpoint, physical and spiritual, you need to kind of enhance, augment by doing things, being aggressive, having that discipline to say, okay, I'm going to go work out. I'm going to go continue reading and improving my education. I'm going to continue doing the spiritual, the meditation, and those things. Even though at times it's hard, depression can hit you, especially in the times we have right now. It's not that easy not to get. It's not that easy not to get depressed. Sorry for a double negative there. But the thing what you want to do is you want to go ahead and add to the skills you have. And I think if you do that, then all of a sudden you're going to see the benefits of the superpower. If you don't do this, you're basically going to kind of wonder, well, what am I doing this for? I don't see any benefits. Well, you don't see any benefits because you're not working towards those. So this lifestyle is not easy. This is why the brahmacharya warriors and wrestlers, it's a tough life. But the benefits in the long run, in my mind, as they would probably agree, outweigh all the things you'll be doing, wasting your energy. And I think this is an important thing. And I wish I would have been able to control this many, many years ago. But at least at the point now, I understand it. And I'm able to live a longer life, I believe, because of it. So again, you have the superpower, my friend. The superpower of retention is there. The question is, what kind of things do I do to augment those things to make sure that I'm getting the full benefit of those things? And that means I have to kind of add to it. I have to go work out. I have to go ahead and meditate. I have to try to build and be creative and think of new ideas and have goals. I have to go ahead and meditate. I have to go ahead and eat the right foods. But the good thing about this, gang, is that once you are on this plan and this journey we're talking about here, you're more motivated to do this because you have your foundation. You have all the vitamins inside of you still. You have all the minerals. You have everything you need. It's really more of a case of building that. And as you do that more, you see the effect this retention has on you and how important it is. Okay? So again, the superpower is there. You have the superpower of retention, but you're going to have to work at it to make it a superpower. And that's not easy. And that's why we have this, and this is why I've talked about this since August now, because the idea is that you want to go ahead and realize what you have here, but it takes work. And a lot of people scoff at that, and they don't want to believe this, they don't want to do this. They say, oh, I can't release. Holy mackerel, this is what they're telling us to do all the time in society. Well, again, just like older people not exercising, it's just, to me, a fallacy. You want to use your muscles until the last day you're here. You want to build them as best you can. And I'm not saying, of course, a lot of research has shown that, testosterone decreases as you get older, and that may be true. But there's no reason why you still can't have a good level of testosterone no matter how old you get. And for you young guys, you are building and bursting with it. Keep it in your system. Don't just waste away for nothing. Once again, the only time I ever say that you can do that, in my opinion, is basically when you're procreating. if you're trying to have a child, and that's a whole different matter. But that doesn't happen all that often. And if you want to do that, well, then that's, to me, is what God's purpose for that energy is. The rest of it is supposed to be keeping you inside yourself. Or all of a sudden, you're going to be helping in all these, all the medical field and everything, and being just a basket case where you have all kind of illnesses, and now you got to take all kind of medicines and spend time at hospitals, and all of a sudden now you're at the point where now you're just adding to their pocketbooks while you're making yourself worse. It becomes a cycle. I saw my dad taking 7 pills a day. And everything's got side effects. So I believe in being as wholesome as you can. I always didn't believe this way, but I believe this way now. And so you have to be careful of things that you put in your body that are not going to be good for you. May not be good for you. You don't know. All right. So until next time, battle on, guys.